given news this morning of you signing a new long-term contract with the club. Obviously a significant moment for you, the club, and provides stability going forward. How pleased are you to get the deal across the line, and was it relatively straightforward in terms of negotiations?
Yeah, really easy. Swipe right on this football club, so it's a good match, really, me and them. So easy conversations when you work with the people that I do, and really proud of being able to stay longer, firstly, and extend my time here, but also grateful for, firstly, the opportunity to do that, and also the respect and trust and that the owners and the board have given me in order to continue this project that we've started. And it is a big team that are doing it, brilliant people in this club. We couldn't want for better owners and a board right now in our club. And we've made some big progress in the last 3 years, but we sort of think whilst the pace of it can't always maintain at the same level, we feel like there's plenty more to come yet. So yeah, big news for me and for us and for this project, and delighted to be here and really excited for the future.
Yeah, obviously it's super for you in terms of the trust that you've been given by the board. And what difference does it make, Mark, in terms of allowing you to continue the momentum and obviously the long-term plans on the pitch, certainly for yourself?
Yeah, I think the long-term plan has been something we set out 3 years ago, and this is just a continuation of that work. So we went faster than we thought in the early part, but you're constantly re-evaluating and reassessing what's possible. We know where we are really at this level at the moment, and maintaining here and building a club that's really sustainable at this level is a key. But we don't want to limit our ambitions on that either, and we've got big ambitions for the infrastructure and for the club, and it's a project to be part of. I think that for players, I think that for staff, and I'm brilliantly supported by Alex Tunbridge, Ben Strang, day to day, a superb staff team that are with me every day, some excellent players, and as I've said, the board and the owners, and it is everybody setting out to try and achieve what we want to. So we've made good progress, but there's plenty more to come, and knowing that you're trusted to keep doing your work with those people is really important, I think, because everybody wants people to believe in them and stick with them, and it's an industry that changes too quickly, and hopefully this gives us the stability and the confidence to just keep moving forwards.
Yeah, it's obviously for everyone, and a word for the fans. Obviously, they'll be really pleased with the news that's broke this morning.
Will they? Okay, good. I hope so. Look, we're on to something, aren't we? I think you can see that the growth of the fan base has been fantastic, and will continue to be. And in our toughest times over the last 3 years, people have stuck with us brilliantly, shown incredible support, gone against the grain really for this industry. But most importantly, over those 3 years, we've had some fun, and I think that's part of it. We want to grow, we want to improve, we want to keep getting better, but this is to be enjoyed, and the players have to enjoy coming to work, and the supporters have to enjoy watching the team. And I'm well aware of the book that's being written at the moment about Cambridge United's greatest moments. And one thing I said to the players in the summer is I don't think our greatest moments happened yet. And the power of yet is quite important. We've got to keep pushing to try and make miles more and many more of those moments come, understanding who we are, where we are, that it's tough to be good, it's tough to win games at this level, it's tough to create huge memories and moments along the way, but we've created plenty in recent years, and we want to create plenty more.
Yeah, that was super news. And just moving on, Mark, when we spoke on Tuesday after the game at Peterborough, you said that those playing on the night would have been better for the experience of the match minutes, despite the result and some elements of the performance not quite being what we wanted. A couple of days on, do you feel the squad is in a better place now as a consequence?
I think so, yeah, because some of those players just needed time on the grass, no question, and hopefully that will pay us back over the coming weeks, because we know, we've got plenty that are capable of starting in the team. Everybody's capable of contributing to winning teams for us, and that is the key. Those players using those opportunities to show that they can help us win. But they'll be needed at the weekend, whether it's from the start or during the game, and in the weeks ahead we'll need everybody to contribute, and sometimes that's in training sessions, but creating that mentality and habit of working a certain way is what we're trying to do. So we were pleased to tick plenty of those boxes the other night. The performance wasn't exactly what we wanted, and the result certainly wasn't what we wanted. But at the same time, sometimes there's many outcomes you can get from a game, and there were plenty in there for us to take. And it's an opportunity every time you go on the pitch to show that you're ready to contribute to help us win, and you have to take that.
Yeah, one big tick in the box, obviously Adam May, we spoke about it on Tuesday, but gets 45 minutes under, no adverse reaction in the sort of 24, 48 hours following the game?
No, all good, all fine. He took to that well, and he'll train again today and keep building, and his task now is to get back in the matchday squad and total up his minutes as we go towards then. So, as I said on Tuesday, it will take some time for him to get back to the level that we know him as. But hopefully, if he continues in the way he is, we'll see bits of him over the weeks ahead.
Yeah, looking ahead to Wigan, Mark, side and a club that have had a really challenging few years, relegated from the Championship after a points deduction, close to going out of business, bounced back and won the League One title, relegated again last season. Further points deductions. It's a huge distraction from a playing and a coaching perspective, and I'd imagine Sean Maloney, who's the current boss, has had a real job on his hands keeping everyone focused up there.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I mean, they're very different to the journey we've had in recent seasons, and I imagine that is a really tough task to try to manage. But I think Sean's done a great job since the summer to keep many of the squad together, to add the right players, and to build a team that's playing in a really good style. And obviously the league position's false. They're 8 points better off than that in terms of points gained this season. And they'll be a strong team at the top end of the league. There's no doubt that they've got some Championship players in there and some top players for this level. They've got goals in the team. They play with a style where they try to dominate the ball and do it very well in possession, very fluid, very composed with the ball. So we know what a task that is. I think any time we play any of those big clubs or ones that have been relegated from the Championship, there's another level there, and the expectation's different. So certainly be a really tough game for us, but we have to draw some inspiration from the game we had there last time. Very different in all accounts, but we went and played really well, played with a real courage and a real aggression, and we have to go and do the same this weekend.
Yeah, obviously, Ollie White in particular, he got 5 goals this season, an experienced player, at League 1, League 2 level, and I guess it's always a benefit to have an out-and-out goal scorer in the squad. Is he someone that will need close monitoring on Saturday? Have you looked at a plan with dealing with him or for him in particular, or is it a case sometimes of dealing with those around him and the supply line to him rather than him in himself? Yeah,
I mean both. I mean he's an excellent finisher, brilliant forward. He's had a tough time, and obviously he's back on the pitch and enjoying his football again and being successful. So for him, it's great. We know the difficulty that is going to cause us, and certainly trying to secure him in and around the penalty box is going to be key, because he's an excellent finisher, very dangerous on crossing situations, but also trying to prevent those moments from occurring. So it's a little bit of everything probably in our defensive play to prevent or limit the number of chances that we can create, and then look after the players that can score. But if you spend all your attention on one player, there'll be plenty of others that can unlock you. Humphreys, Lang, McManaman, all very good players in the attacking line, and they've got plenty of options on the bench as well. So yeah, certainly a team that we'll need to be at our very best for.
Defensively for yourselves, Mark, obviously 4 clean sheets in set, you'll be pleased with not only that stat but the way they've been achieved, plenty of composure in the back line, and obviously those in front of them protecting. But that back 5 in particular have looked really resilient, and experience helps of course, but I'd imagine they've worked pretty hard on the training ground in the build-up to games to ensure those relationships are there.
Yeah, I mean, some of those have played together at times last year, and they've built and developed a relationship well. The experienced ones give you that continuity and stability to your team. They talk and organise very well, and when we work on the team preparing for a game, or take that unit of the team to do a little bit of work to prepare, then hopefully that helps develop those relationships and understanding. But defending is a team game. It's everybody doing it. We need 11 players to attack and 11 to defend to be good, and that's the reality of us. So that's what we've got to find again. But certainly those players have started the season well. 4 clean sheets is excellent. I think clean sheets are really hard to come by, as our wins at this level, and we've certainly got off to a good start with that. So hopefully that's the first of many, or first 4 of quite a few more throughout the season.
Yeah, and obviously you're going to Saturday, remarkably, I think it's 1 league game in 20 days, which you try to use to your benefit, I know, but I would imagine, there's nothing like playing games for the players and for coaching staff. I'd imagine they'll be eager to be back at it at the weekend.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we've trained well. They've put some good training days together. It is a long time between games, certainly a long time since some of the players have played a game. So we'll see how that reflects in the game. Obviously, a lot of teams have been in the same boat, so it's not like one team's had a very different schedule to the other. We're going to have a number of players playing international games last weekend, so they've had that game rhythm a little bit more. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. The last few weeks has been a bit of a strange one. Obviously, we've got Burton coming up on a Monday soon, so that disrupts another week in the way in which we work. And then it gets really busy on Saturday, Tuesday for a number of weeks. So that'll be a lot more normal to deal with, but that creates its own challenge as well. So they're just parts of a season that you have to ride out and make the most of.
Yeah, and elsewhere in the squad, Mark, you'll be without, I would imagine, Jordan Cousins, Jack Stevens, Sekou Janner again. How are each of those players progressing in terms of their individual recoveries? Any kind of revised ideas on timescale for them?
All out training at the moment, so I think Jack probably another week. He hasn't joined the training yet, but he'd have a chance for the Port Vale game. That may come too soon, but just see how he does the next couple of days. We expect Jordan to be training in about 10 days with the group and Sekou to be training with the team in about 2 weeks' time, so they'll need some time after that. Brandon Houstrup probably another week before he joins training as well. So we're close to having all of those boys back in training, and then after a few weeks training they'll be available, which will hopefully coincide with a really busy run for us.
Yeah, obviously in good fettle heading into Saturday, and you look at the first 6 games of last season as a comparison, Mark. This time round, 2 more points, conceded 6 fewer goals. I would imagine short term the aim is just to continue that good form and keep yourselves at the right end of the table and out of trouble. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know when you define trouble starting. I think it's too early at the moment, and the league's too tight that within 2 results the table can look the complete opposite way around. So just keep adding to the points tally as best we can, as quickly as we can, and try to keep good runs and good form going. It's as simple as that, really, and see where that takes us.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
Hi Mark, it's Stephen. Just on your new contract, has that been in the pipeline for a while, or did that come about quite quickly?
Yeah, no, quite quickly really. I don't know how long it's been in the owner's mind, but it came around fairly quickly. Paul phoned me. He was over for a month, and then when he got back, he phoned me about 2 weeks ago. Really easy discussion. When both parties want it to happen, it's fairly simple. So yeah, very very quick, and signed it yesterday, and announced this morning. So all very good.
Yeah, and just on the transfer window as well, obviously shut for a couple of weeks, but you obviously ended up with one further addition, but you were looking for a couple, I think, at one stage. Were you happy with just the one in the end?
Yeah, no, we were. I mean, I think the thing with we were considering an extra player in the midfield. I think the problem that may have given us is if everybody gets fit and back, we probably block the pathway back for Adam to return. It becomes harder when Jordan's fit. And we've got some young players that we like and are doing well. You know, Lewis Simper, Glenn McConnell, they're in good form and they're playing that position. So we didn't want to overcrowd that area. If we couldn't find someone that would make our starting 11 better, which is always very difficult, then there was no real need and necessity to do that. It's also a hard sell to say to someone, come on loan for us, and you might not even be in the squad. We've got young players that we can develop. We don't really want to develop someone else's in a position when we've got players that can do the job for us.
And as well at right back, was there ever a consideration to add there?
No, not really. I mean, we know what we've got. We know players can cover there. I mean, there's obvious. It's a lighter position for us, but we've got a lot of players. You can't just keep signing them. There is only so much you can do. So you put your priority where it is, and cross your fingers until January that everything's all right.
With Adam May back in the side on Tuesday, obviously great to see him back. How long do you think it will take him to get up to full fitness? Yeah,
no idea. I think that is very unknown until his game. It will really depend on how many game minutes he gets. So the longer it takes for him to get back in, or certain games, it's not like pre-season where you can say, we'll give him X amount of minutes in this game. You can't do that in league games. So that might be a long time to get to that point, but hopefully he shows that he can just keep putting days together, and he returns to the team soon.
Yeah, and just on the injury front as well, are there any fresh injury concerns heading into this one over the past couple of weeks or so?
No, everyone's good.
Yeah, cool. Just finally on a couple of younger players, you mentioned about Glenn McConnell and Lewis Simper. But just on Glenn, firstly, is the plan still to get him out on loan? I thought he might go on loan at a similar time to Kai Yen, but hasn't happened yet.
No, Glenn's contributing to the squad at the moment, and as long as that's the case, then we don't see that happening for some time. His challenge is to try and get in as many squads as possible and contribute. We've got a very, very busy spell coming up, and no doubt he'll get some good opportunities in that period.
And is Lewis Simper part of your plans for this season as well?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Hi Mark, it's Liam. Just one from me. I think League One games this weekend due to internationals, and there's been some talk about bringing League One in line with the Premier League and Championship and just cutting it off so everyone knows where they stand over the internationals. Is that something you buy into? Would you like to see that as well, so everyone knows where they're at? Yeah,
I think so. I think massively for football supporters, because they book tickets, book trains, book hotels, and then get cancelled. We can probably get refunds, but I'm sure that they don't and can't. So I think it would help supporters firstly, fundamentally, and that's why we're here. So I think that should happen. It also stops the season becoming a mess. All those games get called off. Everyone's schedule changes at different points and late, and then the games get spread out all over the place over the next few weeks. So yeah, I think it would help if that's the pattern of what it's going to look like. Then I think that makes complete sense.